everybody. Peter Boland here, inviting you to join me Wednesday, April 23rd, 10 to 11:30 in the morning at the Grossmont Center location of San Diego Oasis, where me and this little boy here are going to be presenting a new thing called The Songs of Neil Young. That's right. Let's get in the room. I'll perform as many songs as I can squeeze in. I'll put stories and pictures and lyrics on the screen, a multimedia immersion into the artistry and importance of Neil Young. I'll see you there.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emily Nye, and I'd like to invite you to join me on Tuesday, April 22nd at 10 a.m. on Zoom. I'm offering a class called Fiction for Travelers. Read the book, visit the place. This is the class for you if you love to read and you love to travel, or if you like to travel and you'd like to travel more, or if you are just an armchair traveler and you enjoy reading about places from the comfort of your armchair, wherever you live. We're going to talk about 5 or more books with unique settings in cultures, countries, with stories that are fun to read, and you can actually visit the places that we talk about. So if this interests you, I hope that you will sign up, and we'll see you on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pack your virtual bag. Bye, everyone.
American folk music, from the colonies to the Beatnik Coffee House. This is the focus of Class 1275 on Friday, April 25th, from 3 to 4 p.m. The American spirit lives in this music. Love, life struggles, and the value of freedom and independence. This hour is dedicated to our folk music and our history. And I'll also provide YouTube links so you can enjoy the music long after the class.
Hello, I want to invite you to my class on Monday, April 21st at the Rancho Bernardo campus. The class is entitled Why Remember, Why Forget? And we are going to be talking about the importance of memory. Not memory to remember a name or not, but memory as a capacity to remember who we are, both as individuals and as members of groups, a nation, a family, etc. And also, we are going to be talking about the psychological benefits of the capacity to forget. So I know older adults are usually interested in memory, so I hope you do come to the class. It is class 2474 at the Rancho Bernardo campus on Monday, April 21st from 10 to 11:30. I hope to see you there. Take care.
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm a licensed family service advisor in the funeral and cemetery industry. Please join me Thursday, April 24th for a 90-minute seminar to discuss what you may need to know about the funeral and cemetery preparations, including what to do should the worst happen. We will also discuss advanced planning and if it's right for you and your family. My goal is simply to put a smiling face to a sometimes troubling subject. Thank you in advance. Hope to see you there.
Hi everyone. Have you been wanting to improve your health through nutrition? Then join me next Friday, the 18th, for a day of plant-based nutrition. Here I'm going to walk you through each category of whole plant foods so you understand a little more about what it actually is and how easy it is to create really delicious recipes from these foods and improve your health at the same time. It's also very budget friendly. So I'm going to bring in each category and then I'm going to show you the difference between processed vegan foods and regular whole foods, processed plant foods, and you're going to learn a lot to take home. So I hope to see you then.
United States History Through Music, a live show with Jamie and myself at the Point Loma Library on Wednesday, April 23rd from 1 to 2 p.m. 3701 Voltaire Street, 92107. The parking is easy and the class is free thanks to the library. Included will be songs from the women's struggle for the vote, the experience of the Dust Bowl, and spirituals. It's a great set. I hope you can drop in. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Blaine Davies. At the turn of the 20th century, the population of Los Angeles had reached 100,000 people. But without access to a reliable water source, Los Angeles could grow no further. In one of the greatest civil engineering feats in American history, William Mulholland designed and built the Los Angeles Aqueduct that even today transports water 233 miles from the picturesque Owens Valley south to Los Angeles. However, the same aqueduct that brought water to LA took it away from the ranchers and farmers of the Owens Valley. In the 1920s, angry residents of the valley repeatedly bombed the aqueduct in protest. In Los Angeles, William Mulholland was a hero. But the 1928 St. Francis Dam disaster that killed over 400 people effectively ended his career. William Mulholland is featured in the highly fictionalized movie Chinatown, but his real life is even more fascinating. Please join me Monday, April 21st at 10 a.m. at Oasis at Grossmont Center when we explore the construction of the LA Aqueduct, the St. Francis Dam disaster, and the life of the man that perhaps more than anyone else transformed Los Angeles into one of our nation's largest cities.
I'm Bruce McGraw, a retired philosophy and religious studies professor from Palomar College. What happens when we die? Do we just lose consciousness, blank out, or does consciousness survive death? And if it does, what is the after-death state like? And how do we go from there to our rebirth? Using information from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I will teach a class at Oasis on the Bardo of Becoming, how rebirth happens. The Tibetan Book of the Dead says to have a good death, we must have a good life, because life and death are inextricably linked. As Buddha's Pema Chodron said, how we live is how we die. In this class, we will learn how to prepare for a good death and a good rebirth. We'll explore the 6 realms the Tibetan Buddhists say we can be reborn in if we don't achieve enlightenment or make it to a Pure Land. But to accomplish that, we must face and clean up our karma. In other words, our destructive habit patterns here on Earth. Unfortunately, we have become so attached to the outside world that we live unconscious as to what those karmic patterns are. To transform ourselves and ensure a good death and rebirth, we have to make the unconscious conscious. As Buddhist Robert Thurman said, you don't want to die with an unconscious. To gain insight into all this, please join me for my class, The Bardo of Becoming, How Rebirth Happens, at Oasis in the Grossmont Shopping Center on April 22nd from 1 to 2:30 p.m. as we explore this fascinating topic. I hope to see you there.